Hello! Oh, whoa. Hold up. 1 second. Mic is being weird. Hold up. 1 second. How about that? Nope. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't even need to redo the thingy. Okay, sorry about that. I hate when it does that. I have no clue why I did it this time. Okay, mic should be good now. Audio should be fixed. Okay, anyways, hello everyone! So today, Gems of War, Campaign 5, Week 7, Day 7. Of course, we'll be going over all the spoilers for the week as we do every single Sunday. And we'll be finishing out Arena. Actually, I only have one more to do because I slightly miscalculated how many we needed to do. And yeah, we only have one left now. I might still do 3, but obviously we technically only need to do 1, which makes me only want to do 1 because it's Arena. Hopefully we'll get something shiny from the orb, if nothing else. But yeah, this is probably the very last Arena event we do because this week, though it's not confirmed, but this week might be the new patch. It has yet to be confirmed, but there is a possibility it is indeed this week, which adds the Nomapalooza, which will make farming literally everywhere that isn't Arena or Treasure Hunt even better than it already is. But basically it'll be 4 new scrolls, and you can find them where gnomes normally appear, and obviously that'll be best to do in quick kill locations like Explore. And once you find all 4, you get just pure gnomes for 15 minutes straight. It's pretty nice. Very rare though. Like that's gonna take like weeks to obtain normally, unless you go out of your way for it. You can maybe power grind it within a week or so, but it's definitely gonna take a while before the first ones start coming in. Like realistically, even if the patch happens next week, most people probably won't get their first set of them until the Vault event. But anyways, let's go over all of the weekly spoilers. Of course, patch is not guaranteed, but if it is to happen, it is very likely to be Tuesday night, so we'll see then. If it doesn't happen then it's probably the following week. It's definitely happening before the end of the season, though, 100%. Probably even right before the end of the season, so really likely to this week or next week. No official date has been given for it. Anyways, what has been, though, is let's go to the event that we have right over here. Also, I still need to order a new mouse. I still haven't done that yet. Still need to do that. Like every single time I scroll, it's like, oh yeah, I can't scroll. This is me using the scroll thingy right now. I'm not even sure how that breaks. Like everything else working on a mouse, but you just break the scroll wheel. What I find even more confusing is the scroll functionality doesn't work, but the press on the scroll button for the click thingy does work, which is kind of weird. Like if I click on the thing, it does like the normal scroll thingy, but actually scrolling doesn't work. It's very weird. But anyways, as far as the new troop that's coming out, this is Darkstone event. This is pretty noteworthy because there are 2 pretty decent things from Darkstone, Possessed King and Mother of Darkness. So if you have neither of them, it's probably a good idea to use event keys. Getting one or the other, really good pickup. Though I would personally say Mother of Darkness is better in the current state of the game. However, Possessed King is still good, and you definitely want to make sure you have one of them because Darkstone is a magic-based kingdom. Magic obviously being the best stat to get +1 on in the game, so being able to get the kingdom to 10-star or 20-star, very beneficial. Anyways, as far as the new troop, he has, almost looks like he should have Empower, even though he doesn't. He converts all yellow gems to purple, and then creates 2 more purple gems for each enemy with a status effect. I assume this only applies each enemy once, and not every single status effect on the enemy. Otherwise, that is absolutely ridiculous if it considers every single status effect, in which case this might be one of the better mana accumulators in the entire game. However, I am pretty sure it checks each enemy only a maximum of once, even if they have multiple status effects. We will find out tomorrow, though. But if that checks every single individual status effect, this thing can basically just fill the entire board with Essence of Evil and a few other options. Because how many does Essence of Evil apply these days? Like 9 negative status effects? Something pretty absurdly high. I assume it is not that, though. It is probably just once per enemy that is inflicted with a status effect. But that is not confirmed yet, so we'll find out. But realistically, it will only do it once per enemy, not once per status effect. But that is yet to be confirmed, so we'll figure it out. Actually, has anyone in the thingy mentioned it? Nope, just the points. Nope, just again. Nope, no one mentioning anything about it. Not sure if it was data mined or not. Anyways, as far as the points, let's just read the thing. I'm pretty sure people have organized it way better than whatever they have. The only problem is it is really hard to tell what these thingies are based on that, because you can't quite tell what the rarity is. I forget what Shimmer Scale is. I assume that's ultra rare. Soul Zara we know is legend. Basilisk is legend. Archduke is mythic, and Weaver is mythic. Okay, never mind. We do know what the rarities are then. So it's I keep forgetting. You just tell based on what the one troop is. But it's legendary, legendary, mythic, mythic, and I assume that's epic. I completely forget what troop Shimmer Scale is. Isn't Shimmer Scale legend? Isn't that one useless legend that was added like 2 years ago? That has really cool troop art, but they keep making good troop art troops be useless. But that's gonna be a little bit weird. Someone mentioned there was some kind of weird scaling though. Does the post actually mention that? Each thingy is worth 2 points, and the other thing is worth 3. What a weird combination. The battles will each have a variable drop, but that doesn't affect doing them multiple times. So doing the same room multiple times shouldn't really affect it. Oh yeah, each one will have 2 variable drops in. I didn't think about that. Since every single one has 2 different resources, it'll have 2 different variables. So the amount of RNG that will be in this event will be exceedingly high. However, that does seem to be the order, and level does not seem to matter. It's just completely RNG. So we have 2 factors of RNG on top of needing to do that order. And they're all a different amount of points, so you kind of do need to necessarily do that order. However, as long as you just ignore Shimmer Scale, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. Shimmer Scale is just substantially lower than the rest of them, so as long as you just never touch the Shimmer Scale, and maybe try not touching Soul Zara, you should be fine. Basically, if it begins with S, try avoiding it. And if you do see an S, go for Soul Zara first. And you should be fine as long as you do that. Just avoid the S's. Any of them that begin with S. If you do that, you should be fine for scoring. And if you do take an S, take Soul Zara. That's pretty much the only thing you really need to remember. And that should be overall pretty straightforward. Just avoid S's. With Soul Zara being higher priority. The one that gives souls. No, it doesn't actually give you souls. No, the ability does on it. Let's see. Anyways. I'm looking for the other websites. And all of our spoilers here. So, as far as weekly events, I believe we have raids this weekend. Forget what else we have going on. Though it is a Darkstone week, so we already know we're going to be getting the everything that's related to Darkstone, which includes All-Seeing Eye, which means Jar of Eyes, if you don't have Jar of Eyes. Jar of Eyes, for whatever reason, did randomly get nerfed on December, like 7 months ago. I'm not sure why they did that. I think it's because it has a blue storm while doing a mass explosion. Then why didn't they nerf Mountain Crusher? It's kind of weird. But it did get nerfed 7 months ago. It is still a viable weapon, though weird that it did get nerfed. But anyways, we have our Standard World event, which we just went over. Tuesday, we have the All-Seeing Eye faction. One thing to note, you should immediately buy the 30 gem thingy for All-Seeing Eye if you don't already. All-Seeing Eye actually has 1 less room than any other delve because it wasn't the first 2 added and they never bothered adding another room to it. So in the current state of the game, All-Seeing Eye has 1 less room than every other delve in the game. It is literally impossible to have enough points without spending 30 gems on it. So definitely make sure to spend 30 gems on the Tuesday event, which obviously is pretty much free, but do make sure to do that as it is literally impossible to do it without it. So you might as well just have the benefit from the beginning, even if you don't normally do the 30 gem thing and try RNGing it in hopes that you could save it. It is literally impossible to save the 30 gems on that time. Anyways, other than that, we have Shrunken Head, which I believe is human bonus. Just double checking. Yep, it's human bonus. It's some of our recent one too. I believe it was added a little over a year ago. So if you haven't gotten that max, good time to do so. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't even gotten it maxed either. Let me double check. Human. Nope, I do not have it maxed either. Yeah, I believe it was added about a year ago, or maybe even more recent than that. So a lot of people probably don't have it maxed yet, though I'm pretty sure some people ultra active might. Anyways, Thursday class event is for Plague Lord. Plague Lord's the one that you get the Essence of Evil from, so you can get it that way, though it is advised just getting 250 wins on the hero class. It is way cheaper. If you want to be lazy with it, you can just buy it directly with gems if you don't have it already, though it is advised just to do 250 wins instead. Way cheaper doing it that way. Sorry, it's not raids, it's invasions this weekend. Invasions, of course, like raids, but towers. Instead of a Zugoff with 3 other troops, it's 4 towers. So this one's technically easier. All you really have to do for invasions is just to do 2 invasion troops up front, and you're pretty much good to go. Use like a mana accumulator round behind it, and that's all you need. Just 2 invasion troops, a mana accumulator, and maybe something else for safety. and pretty straightforward. A lot more straightforward than the raid events, even though both of them kind of have a somewhat straightforward team as far as composition. But Invasion's definitely a bit easier since you can literally hit your multiplier on every single enemy, which obviously makes it pretty easy because you can hit everything for 5 times damage. So rather convenient. I don't think we have any kind of special tower for this one. Sometimes we do on occasion if it's like a holiday. I don't believe we will this time around. But anyways, that's everything, unless we get a patch on Tuesday, in which case we have Nomapalooza being added to the game as well, which will be quite fun to mess around with. But anyways, let's go run our final arena event. Now we'll probably hand out a code immediately because I'm pretty sure that's the only arena we're doing. Also, we've done this entire arena with 0 repicks, so let's keep doing it that way for the very last one. We've also only lost once, so we never double lost a single time. This thing's a little bit weird, though. I think we take it. It destroys a column, deals a bunch of scatter damage, which is relatively low for arena. However, it then either gains an automatic extra turn or 12 magic. So if it gains 12 magic into spamming extra turn, it's going to be pretty good. One thing to note about this 12 damage, though, is if I'm not mistaken, it does take place after the calculation of the damage. So it'll do 15 damage. It will not do 27 for its first cast. However, it is still worth going for because if it happens to hit magic into extra turn, it will absolutely obliterate. Though not the best of epics, but its stats are okay. A little bit more towards the offensive side while starting slow, which is a really bad combination to have. But it should still be enough to carry us. Deal 10 damage to the last enemy, stun, pull them to first. Pretty sure Obelisk is better. Exploded gem, deal 6 damage to the first enemy, boosted by red gems. If we had at least 2 reds, it's hitting for 14 plus board control. If the enemy is a construct, it auto-kills them pretty much. And I think we take that just because of its tankiness. And then deal 5 damage to the first enemy, knock them to the back, repeat 2 more times. That thing's kind of annoying. We'll take this. Plus it covers colors we don't currently have. Frostfire Wraith's kind of interesting. It does 6 damage, has a boost ratio based on freeze and burn. That is 2 stats effects we currently have no way of applying. However, it does gain 6 life back, which will make it a bit tankier. Unfortunately, it doesn't have its final trait, which is actually insanely good for a rare, as well as just for a troop in general, 65% reduction. I have a true damage poke, however I have no other true damage to go with it, and Dark Maiden can convert all yellow into something else, which, given that our best troop is a yellow, probably shouldn't do that. I don't know, do we want to have a tank in front of Kobold? But I don't want to block him on yellow. I do not want any of these free options. I could always use Frostfire Wraith, but have it behind the Kobold, but then that's a little bit weird if we do. Dark Maiden almost seems like the best option here, oddly enough. 18 durability does make it the most durable out of them. So not too much durable than that thing. No, then again, they're both at 15, aren't they? This looks a little bit different with how they're at 15. Actually, that one's in 15 at a little bit more annoying, but can gain the life back with nothing else. This one's based on Submerge allies. We're not going to have any Submerge allies, though. Because he doesn't even Submerge himself. Oh, this is bad. There's not a single not bad option here. Though this is technically the least worse. And ideally, one of these would cover a color we don't already use. Unfortunately, they all use a color we already have. Scale Guard could be okay. He does apply poison, if I'm not mistaken. So we can poke into a double damage poke. So if we get him rolling quick enough, he can kind of do a thing. Unfortunately, if we did this, that means Obsidian Golem is going to be our first slot, and our Kobold is going to be our second slot, which is going to make for a very weird team, but I think we have to at this point. Okay, so you're first. You're second. You're that, and you're that. There we go. That's our team. What a weird team. I think it's enough to carry, though. What an absurdly weird team. But we'll make it work. Also, I think this is the lowest base attack we've had for our first slot yet. Also, hello, Mr. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Gem God DS. Hello, Mr. I already said Mr. Hello, Rogue. I literally just said it. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Defiant. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Piriana. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Bear. Hello, Dizen. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Hung. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Ricardo. And hello, RednaZ. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I already said Ricardo. I'm so bad at the names. Oh, wait. Is it still a loud mic? Wait, is the mic still loud? I just saw a comment mentioning that. Has it been loud this entire time? It shouldn't be. At the beginning of the stream, it probably was. I'm pretty sure that comment was made around then. I'm just reading through chat. Do we mind explain All Seeing Eyes requires buying tier 1 again? The reason for it is one less troop than every other kingdom. I mean, every other faction. So it requires you to buy tier 1. Because it's literally impossible to do it without tier 1. because there's not enough battles, because it has one less battle per floor. It is the only faction in the entire game with one less battle per floor compared to any other faction. That's mostly just a byproduct of it being the first faction ever created, and they never bothered putting another one to make it even with every other faction. Because originally they were going to have it be 3 different variables, where it could be like how many All-Seeing-Eye has, how many most of them have, or one more than that. However, they have yet to ever add a kingdom that has more than one, or another one that has less than one, like All-Seeing-Eye does. So now it's just an outlier that is just weird because it's different than every other faction in the entire game. Though there is still a chance they add factions that have one full more room than the ones that currently exist. Though they have yet to do so. There's just one that has one less, which is All-Seeing-Eye. But yeah, when the feature first came out, they did say they were going to have like 3, 9, or 10 rooms? Or I don't know, how many is default? I can't remember how many are in a normal faction. But All-Seeing-Eye has one less, and currently none have more than one. But there's still a possibility they'll add one that has more than one. You just pulled Famine earlier. Is there any team recommendations? Famine's generally not something you build directly into a team, more so to counter an enemy team if they have a lot of really high mana costs. He's definitely very mana accumulation dependent, so you would normally want to put it like all the way in the back of your team, kind of to soak in a bunch of mana. It's really good when you're using like a Mountain Crusher like team, so you can use the excess browns pretty well and kind of go from there. As far as specific teams, it really just depends on what you want to build, as Famine generally isn't built directly around, but something like Mountain Crusher, Mana Accumulator, Damage Source, Famine tends to work pretty good. Something along those lines as far as the structure of the team. Oh yeah, the mic is fine now. Yeah, I know at the beginning of the stream it was weird. I wish my program would automatically like notify me when it is acting up, because I forget to manually check every single stream. It's because you kind of assume it would be working correctly, and then occasionally it just decides not to. This destroys a column, which is rather unfortunate, given I do not want to destroy a column right now. So I was hoping that would kill first slot. Apparently not. There's a lot of blue. A lot of blue I do not need. Anyway, we have a 6 damage poke. He has 2 times boost ratio off of something that we're never going to get boost ratio off of. Wonderful. We'll kill out this row. And there goes pretty much his entire team. And then we boost ratio for so much damage that it just auto kill. Oh, it didn't kill actually. Almost auto kills. Almost. But our second slot will be able to carry us. He's a relatively slow carry compared to some epics that exist, but he shall indeed carry. Ideally what will happen is he'll gain magic, and then he'll gain an extra turn every single time consistently. There's no guarantee that will happen though. He did extra turn this time. Also, worst comes to worst, we can just build a billion HP and just hope it lives. That's our backup plan. If things go bad, that is basically our backup win condition. Hope this thing just goes crazy. Oh yeah, this is very risky. I'm going for it though. Got it. I just need the rest of our mana. Oh no, he died. Okay, I need this thing to not die, so we can just win off of true damage poke. Which will have to be our win condition at this point. I probably should know it dying to his red, so he doesn't go crazy again. Because there's a small chance he could still win. Very unlikely though. And that's already enough damage. Worst comes to worst, even if that wasn't poison, would have likely killed. 50% chance per turn is likely to do 1 damage within a few turns. Or if we get lucky enough, the immediate turn. Okay, we got that right off the bat. Nice little bit of mana to get us rolling. Get it all the way to full so we can actually get this down. Go for a little bit of mana over here. Looks like we got magic, which is ideally what we want to see for the first cast. And now we just want to see it spam extra turn for the rest of battle. Though we have no control over it. We'll just have this. Do a little bit of true damage. Build it up. Backup plan in case all else fails. We can win off of that. Also, you should probably be paying attention if they're actually constructs. Because anything that's a construct, we can actually one-shot very easily with Obsidious. Though realistically, its boost ratio was likely going to one-shot anyways. Hey, we gained magic twice. It's 39 scatter. Gosh, that's a lot of damage. Ideally, you want to see an extra turn there because he already has so much damage from the very first one that you really don't need more. Fortunately, we don't get to choose which one happens. I really wish there were either ors in this game. Also, this is the troop that gains like 1 billion armor. They did not scale him properly for arena. And he gains 17 armor with a base value of 5. Even if you found a way to reduce him down to 0, he's pretty much like doing a standard amount for arena, which is pretty insane. Oh, we got lycanthropy on him. Hey, one of the other instances where lycanthropy triggering would not be horrifically bad. Oh, wow. Even if that's a legend, that's fine. It's worse than what was there before. Lycanthropy is being very kind to us this arena run. Also, did we just gain magic again? The thing would have had like, that would have been like, what's 3 12s? That would have been 54 damage. That would be pretty absurd damage. Well, hello, Tyrion! Welcome, welcome. Also, I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend. Also, hey, this is our first Sunday stream that hasn't had a big event. It feels kind of out of place. The last 3 Sundays we've had something big going on every single time. 3 Sundays ago was us coming back from our previous trip. 2 Sundays ago was us farming Vault event like crazy. Which we might be doing that even when it's not a Vault event for next patch. And the other thing was Independence Day, United States. Though nothing special this weekend. Just a normal weekend. I'll take that over. Probably shouldn't have given him that skull. Though in doing so, he didn't actually take it, so I guess it doesn't matter. Please get full mana already so we can win. Or at least attempt to not lose. Which I guess is also considered winning. Not losing is winning. Let's see. Why is this board so bad? No, I will not take that green trap. Maybe I should have taken that green trap. There's actually a chance it would have been safer. Oh, we had no way of knowing what would happen off a sky. Okay, there's a chance we do lose. True damage stealer. Steal all of the life. No. Oh, no. Oh, this is a bit problematic. Still winnable, though. Though ever so barely. When I say winnable, I mean like barely winnable. That's a way to come back. Oh, that's enough to win. I'll take it. For how weird this team is, I'll take any win. Hey, this guy could just start ramping like crazy. Would be good to go. Would be very nice. I'm very tempted to stick a yellow here. Luckily, he did not deny us. I have to give him a skull to take yellow. I think it's worth it. Luckily, he does not use green. Unfortunately, we do not have full mana. Can I take the skulls just so he doesn't get a follow-up? Oh, we got extra turn to start with. That's not good. Ideally, we always want to see magic as the first one. I do have enough damage to kill first slot. It'll do 10 damage. Can I mana accumulate enough to actually get the other thing up? No. Though I'm actually going to go for a lycanthropy here. It might actually help him, but I do feel like it was the right thing to do. Another extra turn. That's rather unfortunate. Okay, we'll find out next turn if lycanthropy was the right choice. If lycanthropy triggers this turn, or if he devours, it was the right choice. There's not enough ground for him to devour. If it lycanthropies him right before we kill him, it was a bad choice. Oh no, it was the incorrect decision. Based on RNG. RNG has decided it was the wrong decision. I'm doing it here to try for Sky Red. Oh, we got Sky Skull instead. Still value. And that's match. What a weird way to end arena. Did we get a good offer? Probably not. Nope. That is very much not one. Alright, there we go. Our 4 or 5 hours of doing arena. Actually, isn't that closer to 4? I'm pretty sure we did it within 4 hours. Because we did like, what, about 2 hours that one stream. We did it for like a little over half. Oh, actually, you know what? It's actually just slightly over 3 hours then, I would say. It's like 3.5 hours, I think it took us this time. Anyways, let's see what we get. Well, obviously we know what we get from there. Obviously the orb is what we're wondering what we get. It always gives 3 gem keys, 10 diamonds, 2 event keys, 60 writs, which is basically half a deed or 1/20th of an imperial. Actually, technically slightly more than 1/20th, but basically 1/20th. And the random orb. If this is a blue or purple, it was worth it. If it is anything that is not blue or purple, it was not worth it. It was not worth it. And that is how we're ending the last arena event. It's not really the last one, but it's realistically the last one due to changes that are happening due to the Nomapalooza. But yeah, that is basically the last time we're ever going to be disappointed by a random orb at the end of an arena event. Because we are never doing it again. Actually, that's not true. I will do 1 battle of it just to get the 3 gem keys. Because the very first reward if you do a flawless arena will be 3 gem keys. So doing 1 arena run for 3 gem keys is worth it. Doing that many arena runs for a green orb and that loot is not worth it. Also, we got Imperial. We got a lot of Imperials this week. Did we get like 5 Imperials this week? I kind of lost track. But I wish every week gave that many. Like 1 per day. Even that's not enough for how many we really need throughout everything. But it's a bit closer to what we need throughout the game. Anyways, let me go claim it. Also, I did say after we finish out arena event, I would hand out a code. That is us finishing the event, so let me go get you guys a code. Yeah, arena event's pretty disappointing most of the time. The chance you actually get value is only about 1 in 3. There's only a 35% chance you get an orb that is worthwhile your time. The other 65% of the time, you just get a junk. That makes the amount of time to actually farm it not worth it compared to doing almost anything else within the game. Even more so as of next patch. I'm looking for the code section. Where's it hiding? There it is. Alright, we're going to grab this, cut that, click save, so we know we used it. Put it away, since we're not going to need it till tomorrow. Go to the code section. Put in our invite code, put in the thingy. Click refresh so we get the link. And here you guys go. Copy the whole thing. And send it to you guys. Right, there's the redeem code. Use on gemswar.com with the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with GU. And it gives the same... It almost spells guard. I just noticed at the beginning of that. And it gives the same different reward as always. 500 souls, 25 gems, and 5,000 gold. Also, we have about 2 more weeks of these shiny codes, so definitely make sure to tune in. Because then they'll probably be back to normal codes, which are still fun, but not as fun as 25 gems. Speaking of 25 gems, there's 25 gems on Adventure Board today. If you want another 25 gems, definitely make sure to claim those. I always claim Adventure Board every day, even if it's slower stuff. Though all this is good stuff today. Never pass up on some gems. And of course, definitely don't want to forget the Imperial, that's for sure. I really hope they do a patch that adds more Imperials soon. I hope we see more patches that are like the patch that they're doing now, where it's just a straight up buff to everything. Because this next patch is just a buff to how much resources can be accumulated with nothing getting nerfed. Which is always good to see. Makes the game less grindy. Though, in theory, also more grindy. Though, in this case, I don't know if you'd really consider what's being added as something more grindy. It would definitely incentivize grinding more. Though, just pure loot gain on top of what already exists. So it's something that can be grinded, but also makes the accumulation of loot technically quicker. So it's a weird combination, in that it's something that technically doesn't make the game grindier. It actually does the inverse, though in doing so, it incentivizes grinding, which is a weird combination. Next patch. Because it's just a straight up buff to loot, but in doing so, it also encourages to go grinds now that it's better than it was before. Since now when you're just randomly doing stuff, you might get 1 of 4 parts that gives you like infinite gnomes for 15 minutes. Which is pretty nice. The amount of gnomes you can get is pretty insane too. If you're using a... also, getting double Iron Hawk just about to spike up like crazy. Iron Hawk just went from maybe S tier to like, we might need to make an S plus tier now. We might legit have to make an S plus tier for if we ever do a mythic tier list again. Because the value of the Dust Devil Iron Hawk team has gone up exponentially once we get that patch this week or next week, whenever it is. No official date yet, though very soon. Also, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. I should normally say that closer to code before everyone leaves. Yes, Ironhawk is S+ tier as of next patch. It is the only team composition I'm aware of that can win 6 times per minute. The closest you can do otherwise is about 4.5 per minute. Oh, so there is a team that uses one Ironhawk, by the way. I've never shown it for a video yet. But the next time he's in Soulforge is something I definitely need to mention it. I have it saved if I didn't already re-overwrite it. Someone suggested that one time. I never even realized the synergy works, but I can't remember who mentioned it. That's not the one I wanted. This one. Greed, Dust Devil, Phylactery, Ironhawk. It does not require a second Ironhawk. Though the other team is still advised if you have it, the double Ironhawk one. But if you only have one, this ends up doing the job. And you just greed into Dust Devil. And the reason why it works is Slayer Hero class specifically. Because the bleed off of Slayer Hero class is what makes it work. But anyways, let's go clear out dungeons. It is Diamond Day after all. And even though I don't need diamonds, I still want to accumulate diamonds just in case we ever need them for future features. That's a tongue twister there. Future features. Because currently we have enough diamonds to buy, like, well, I feel like every mythic in the game. Not literally that many diamonds, but it feels like that sometimes. I think we have enough diamonds to get almost 2 years worth of mythics. That's how many diamonds we have. Because it's a weird byproduct of diamonds in that they're a really valuable resource. They can get any mythic and every weapon in the game. However, if you own every mythic and every weapon in the game, they surprisingly just go down to 0 value. In the sense that there's nothing else to use them on. Other than converting them into souls, which is exceedingly bad value. If I wanted to, how many souls could we get? We could get not even 1 million souls if we scrap that many mythics worth of diamonds. That will never happen. Ever. But if you want to scrap, you can get 40 souls for scrapping 1 mythic worth of diamonds. Also, yeah, we pretty much do have a year's worth of mythics, not counting, actually maybe counting events too. Because we actually have more than 23. If we take our jewels, which I'm keeping like this in case they ever add another resource, which I highly doubt they will, but you never know. So right here, we basically can craft 3 more mythics than whatever this number says. So I can craft 23 mythics right now. Or sorry, 26 mythics right now. That's a lot of mythics. Also, last chance to get Mother of Darkness at 100% chance, by the way, for a while. You can get it next week off of event keys. But given that both of these are happening side by side, it'll be quite a while before you get Mother of Darkness again. If you don't get her right now through this, or get her next week through event keys off RNG. But this is the last chance for a while that you can get her off of non-RNG. And next week you can get her all week during event keys off of RNG. And then after that it'll be quite some time, because both the 2 ways to get her reasonably will be not available for several months. So if you're looking for a Mother of Darkness, yeah, you might want to consider that soon. Or try for event keys if you didn't already pick it up this week. Was a troop that was pretty bad in the past. But Night Spider made it go from like C tier or D tier to like S. One single troop, without it being balanced at all, made it just so absurdly good. Mostly because Night Spider was made up so absurdly good. And it's the best synergy option for it. That and Rope Dart. But anyways. We did that, we claimed a Ward Event Orb, right? Pretty sure we did last night. Yeah, we did. I can't remember what we got. I think it was a blue. It was either something really disappointing or a blue. I'm pretty sure it was a blue. Today was the disappointing day. We got a green off of Arena. But anyways, I guess we'll go farm a little bit. If you guys have any questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. And we'll make sure to do so. Actually, I should probably go 20%. It's the correct one for this team. And we'll go take this into some Explore. We did get Anisha this week. Even though we haven't been farming that much, we did indeed land Anisha. Where's my Zukov team? There it is. What kind of conversion, not counting gems, would make scrapping diamonds worth it? Deeds. If you could convert diamonds into deeds, that would be worth it. In the current state of the game, I think that is literally the only resource where converting diamonds into something else would actually be worth it. If you could craft Imperial deeds out of diamonds, as well as deed books out of diamonds. Like, not specifically the thing that needs, like, the combination of things. Just, like, literally straight up buying Imperial deeds and deed books with diamonds. I'm not sure what the balanced amount would be, but I would love to see it as a future. Forge scrolls? Actually, that's true. Forge scrolls would also be one. Forge scrolls, depending on the pricing, would be worth converting diamonds into. Mostly because they're artificially low because the events barely ever happen. I'm pretty sure they're going to have some kind of other solution other than diamonds will craft it. Also, it'd make more sense to do the colored jewels and not diamonds. Or a combination of both. But as far as the one that would 100% be worth it, deeds. Imperial and deed books. I'm not sure what the balanced amount would be for those. It probably costs a lot still. There's an argument that, what is that? MOFD? Is that Mother of Darkness? I'm not sure what the F in that means. Isn't Mother of Darkness just Mother of Darkness? Oh, I see. Of. You didn't abbreviate it into O. Because normally it's just MOD. If it's being abbreviated. The F threw me off. But anyways, Mother of Darkness is not S tier because she can only be useful in one team. Honestly, I do feel like something can be S tier in this game, even if it is only used for one really good team. As long as that one really good team is the most meta thing for something. Though theoretically, that team is not the most meta team for PvP. It's just the most meta team for having fun. Which I think still counts for something. But no, I do believe anything in this game that is only best in one single location is still S tier. Ironhawk's a really good example of that. As well as Iron Gut. They're both really good in one really specific area for one really specific team, but are so good at what they do that they're still S tier. And that's mostly because this game has so many different modes that if something's best for one mode, it's still the best for overall. Because there's several locations where something can have really, really good value. If it's really good at killing Explore 12, if it's really good at killing Explore 5+, if it's really good at doing PvP, particularly Guild Wars, if it's really good at doing factions, if it's really good at farming a resource, or if it's really good at doing, which is pretty much everything. I guess there's one other category, though it's more so for weapons, if it's really good at clearing out like the Thursday class event or other events. But that's more so just for weapons. But no, anything that's really good in one specific location can still be S tier in this game, just because there's so many game modes. So if it's the best at doing one specific game mode, it's still considered one of the best. Because there's almost no troop that's the best everywhere. Well, the one exception being maybe Zugoff, where there's like literally no game mode where it's not bad. But even in the case of Zugoff, it's best for Explore 12. Like using it in PvP, I would definitely not consider it S tier. It's probably like A tier for PvP. I mean, for like Guild Wars and PvP. But for doing Explore 12, it's insanely good. And the main reason for that is due to the specific kill range of Explore 12, allowing you to get away with this with triple burning, as well as being able to target teams or locations that do not have immune to burn. Also, Golvania is getting immune to burn soon. Though even once it does, you could just use Zugoff to target it directly. Oh, so hello, Jason. Welcome. Your Iron Gut defend team went 2-2 in Guild Wars last week. Interesting. Though the easiest way to counter Iron Gut is just not have everything with immune to Devour. Like, if you had a full Impervious and Team, Iron Gut can't really do much to it. Unless your Iron Gut team also has Curse Stun. Or I guess just Curse, actually. But even then, you could just have Cleanse the enemy. And one other thing to factor in, too, is Curse does not block the Orpheus Metal. Stun does, but Curse doesn't. So they still have the extra chance to cleanse when they're cursed. Which means they can counter it just by using 3 Orpheuses. Assuming it's a Curse Devourer team. Otherwise, they can counter it just by using Impervious. A lot of people probably won't adjust their team to do so, but anyone who does will basically auto-win against it. Because almost every color these days has a viable triple Impervious. Because you really only need all Impervious and all Stealthy. Because they don't necessarily have to be Impervious as long as they have Stealthy. Though it's fine if they have both, like Arachnine Weaver. Ends up doing really good at that. And that is both an Impervious and a Stealthy. Yeah, I personally always use gem keys first whenever it's a Mythic Friday. The reason for this is in case they ever do anything more with seals. In the past, they said they would eventually add 6 more troops to the seal drop table, and then they did. And while they didn't say they would add another 6, they did say it wasn't off the table. So there is still a chance we get 6 more Guardian troops. Currently, there's 12 of them. There might eventually be 18. That probably will be years down the line. However, it is generally advised using gem keys first before seal keys, in case they ever add something else to the seal key drop table. It could still be a year or even years before they do. But if they do and you don't have spare seal keys, that would be rather unfortunate because it could take quite some time to get them all. Compared to just being able to max them by using your seal keys last. But that's why I always save seals for last, if you're wondering. Even though they have the highest chance of all the standard keys. They have a 0.11 chance when you have them max. Or, you know, when your guild has 40,000 plus seals. Whereas gem keys have a 0.1 and a glory key has a 0.01. Of course, VIP keys have higher, but they're not a standard key. You don't consistently get enough VIP keys to ever be able to run VIP keys for a new mythic. You'll be lucky if you even get like 1 or 2 VIP keys naturally between each mythic. Of course, you could buy them with gems if you have VIP 5, though. I honestly have not done it a single time since they buffed VIP keys. VIP keys were underwhelming for quite some time. And even since the buff, I still haven't bothered messing with them. And the main reason for that is they do consume gems. And there's just so many other things to use gems on these days that you generally wouldn't really use them for VIP keys. Though they do have the best gem spent to mythic conversion rate of anything you can do. Like if you were to spend gems on anything, VIP keys have the best exchange rate for mythic chance relative to gem spent. However, later in the game, you get so many natural keys that you could pretty much get nearly every mythic, if not every mythic, just off the natural key amount that the game provides. If you're actively doing every single event and your guild's getting everything done and everything. The amount of key comes in is basically enough to keep up with every mythic. As well as enough to catch up on mythics. Very slowly it would catch up, but it would catch up. I feel like the only real purpose of VIP keys is for people to catch up, for the most part. Because that's the only time you really spend gems for on keys these days, I would say. Because then game gives you so many naturally. That the only time you really spend gems for keys is to get everything in the game. Prior to own everything in the game. Which is obviously a good majority of people. I'm pretty sure only like 1% or less have everything. Though it's a pretty sizable number. It's more than you would think. The number of people that have every troop in the game. There's a very active amount of player base in the game. And there's a lot of people who are very close as well, who might just be like a few short. Like the amount of people who are only like a dozen or two short of having everything is also very high. Who are very close to it, but aren't quite there. Because getting the last like dozen or two is probably the hardest thing. It is easier to get the first 2/3 than it is to get the last 1/3. Just because realistically, the only way you're really getting the last 1/3 is through event keys and diamonds. And of course, keeping up with every new mythic that ever comes into the game. But that can just be done with the natural keys. Because you get to a point where you have so many mythics that your chance of getting a new mythic via a random drop table is so low that the only times you ever open keys is whenever there's a new mythic. Event keys to target a specific mythic, or diamonds to really target a specific mythic. Unless you are buying the campaign pass, they are releasing mythics faster than you can craft them. As far as the diamond rate, yes. However, as far as the other rate, no. Because yes, I believe it does take about 3 months to get enough diamonds to craft a mythic. And since every single season rotates about 11 weeks, that's a really tight window to get enough diamonds if you're playing free-to-play. However, as far as keys to keep up with the mythic rate, enough keys are brought in to keep up with the monthly mythic. So if you use diamonds specifically for every season pass mythic, and then use your other resources on every monthly mythic, and then use event keys to target down ones you don't have, that would theoretically work to keep up with the rate of the game, while also being free-to-play. There are free-to-play players with everything in the game, as well as some that are decently close. You basically have to allocate every diamond towards the season pass, though. Or, you know, the season pass mythics. But I'm pretty sure you can get enough diamonds within 11 weeks. I forget what the math is on it these days. But if you do the vault event, the 2 vault events that come within that time, or the 1.5 within that time, I'm pretty sure it gives enough. Because you can get a couple hundred off of vault events between the vault keys and the gnomes themselves. And then between all the other natural ones that occur, I'm pretty sure that's 4,000 every 11 weeks. I can't remember the math on it, because there's so many small ways that you get diamonds. You have to add like 50 different things together. Of course, the main thing that comes in is dungeons. Is where a good majority of diamonds come in. You get an extra 120 per week by buying the, Actually, what is the full math on that? Let's do that real quick. Because I could have sworn, don't you get enough diamonds within 11 weeks to get every single thing? So I'm pretty sure the rate keeps up. Because, what's on Diamond Day? So, that's not what I wanted. I want to, where's Dungeon? Let's see. So each day gives you 20 diamonds. I'm not going to count these little tiny shards. It's even more to add up. But every single day gives you 20 plus another 20 by spending 50 gems. So that's 40. 40 times 6 is 240. So there's 240. So note that number. That's every single week, 240. And then on Sunday, you also get 80 plus 80. Wait, 80? Oh, sorry. 70 plus 80, which is 150. So that's 390 at a cost of 350 gems per week, but you get 390 per week. Let's just count that up real quick. What does that come out to? 390 times 11. Isn't that almost already all the number? 390 times 11 is, that's all of it already. So yeah, you can keep up with mythic rate. If you get every single new mythic off of keys, you know, glory keys, gem keys, seal keys, and then you play free-to-play and get the season pass mythic off of diamonds, it is possible to keep up with the rate at which mythics come into the game, 100% free-to-play, by allocating diamonds only for season pass mythics and allocating keys for whenever a new mythic comes out. And then whatever excess you have is used to catch up with the mythics coming in. Which would be enough just off of dungeon alone, not even counting any other way of the many ways to gain diamonds. Just off of dungeon every single day would be enough 100% free to play to keep up with the mythic rate. Of course, that would have to require a lot of activity. It also requires an extra 300 gems per week because you'd have to get the other thing every single day. But 300 gems isn't too bad, especially since 20 gems for free every day and sometimes these days give you more. Also, obviously, you get a bunch from your guild, like, what, 490 at the beginning of every single week or something. Though, of course, you need that for other events, too. Gems are definitely a lot tighter earlier in the game. Though, as you keep getting more and more stuff and you have less expenses for gems, you have more versatility in what you can use them for. But anyways, where were we? Let's keep doing Golvania. Get those shiny loot chests. You're down to only needing 8, and now you need 15. Interesting. Were you getting every single mythic, every single new mythic that came out? Or were you getting unlucky on some? But it is possible to go on a really dry streak for mythics, and that could sometimes deplete all your resources. I have yet to go so dry that has occurred. Oh, an Anu, nice. But it definitely has happened to people before. Where you just go very unlucky on like 2 or 3 mythics in a row, and then it leaves you behind on resources for a while. How do you fall behind 7 then if you're getting every single new one? There hasn't even been 7 season passes yet. We're on season 5, almost season 6. And the season 5 one isn't even in the game yet. Not for another 3 weeks. Well, technically 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, that's another thing that comes out technically next week that I forgot to mention, by the way. If you have the expanded pass, the one that costs more, we actually get the moon next week. I'm not sure we can do anything with it. But we do indeed own the moon next week if you bought the more expensive pass. It inflicts lycanthropy on 2 random enemies and creates 2 lycanthropy gems, and there's a 7% chance per extra turn per purple. It also has that random stats effect thingy. It's pretty bad troop, obviously. But yeah, it's very annoying. Someone's going to troll with it just to apply lycanthropy after the event, I am pretty sure. That troop will not be used for anything other than trolling. There's not any viable team other than trolling that troop will be used for. It is purely for trolling purposes and trolling purposes only. There's no viable team that will use it. Just annoying teams that really shouldn't. Did you see the header? What is that? And scroll will be released separately. Not sure what you're referring to. Are you referring to the Doom troops that are coming at the end of this season? There were 2 in the files, which I'm still confused by exactly what's happening at the end of this season. Because there's basically 3 copies of the same troop. One of them's the mythic at the end of the season, another one's a Doom troop, and another one's a Doom troop. So I'm not sure what exactly is happening. Are we getting like 3? Is it just 2 and one of them just wasn't updated properly? Because they were separated as 3 different troops. 1 mythic, 2 boss. Which I'm very doubtful it would happen that way. And if it is, it better not cost 8 power orbs each. Hopefully it's 4 and 4 if it is 2 Doom troops. Though honestly, I would love to start seeing that if that becomes a feature. Where they add both 2 Doom troops, but they cost 4 each instead of 8. So we basically get twice the amount of troops, but half the cost. So not only does it make it more accessible to get one of them, but we also get double the amount of content for the same cost. But we don't know exactly how they're doing it yet. We won't really know until it happens. That or until the next patch happens. Because I don't even think you can data mine that yet. Because the next patch needs to happen before it's ready for the game. The next patch is probably this week or next week. I would assume it's this Tuesday, but we won't know till it happens. Also, the second it happens, we will be power grinding like crazy. Though we'll probably get discouraged after like 2 hours of doing it because we will probably not get a single scroll within 2 hours. Oh, sorry, what was your thing? Let's see. Well, our next Puzzle Quest stream after the patch. Can you see all your spells for each class? Sure. I can show you all the spells then. Our next Puzzle Quest stream will probably be, yeah, once the patch hits. Next patch for Puzzle Quest is either this week or next week. Pretty much the exact same time of Gems of War. We do not have an official date. But pretty much any time Gems of War will get a patch is pretty much the exact time Puzzle Quest 3 will probably be getting its patch. It might literally be the same time. Actually, last time they both had their major patch within the same day. Puzzle Quest 3 had it on Monday, and Gems of War had it on Tuesday at the normal time. Gems of War also updates at the most convenient time ever. It happens literally at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, which is exactly when we stream. It is an extremely convenient time. And normally Steam gets it within the first 10 minutes. It's one of the first platforms that normally gets the update. Since Steam's a lot easier to update than other platforms. Also, we're one shard short of getting a chest. What a fail. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Let me know. Oh yeah, that reminds me. That means we're getting the new Mythic next week. Not next week as in tomorrow, but next week as in 8 days from now. We're getting the new Mythic from the season. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It has the capability of 4 times lycanthropying the entire enemy team. Though we will likely have the patch by then, because if we're getting the patch this Tuesday, lycanthropy will be fixed with the patch. One thing that is being done with the patch in its many bug fixes is they are fixing lycanthropy to half the level of whatever it converts. It also will no longer get rid of whatever resources, because I believe currently if you lycanthropy a gnome, you lose the gnome drop. And if you lycanthropy a Valraven, you lose the Valraven 2 sigils. However, that's also fixed next patch. As well as whatever bugs were with it. Like, basically every bug that exists with lycanthropy is fixed next patch. Pretty much as soon as the gem's basically going to be extinct. Because we only have to deal with it from Sky for 2 more weeks. Well, technically 3 more weeks. Week 8, Week 9, Week 10, and then it's gone forever. Troops that have it will still be able to do it. But as far as falling off of Sky, we will no longer have to worry about it falling off of Sky ever again. Which is going to be a glorious time. Though then we're going to have some kind of other annoying power gem. Though probably, there's nothing that will ever be as annoying as lycanthropy though. Hopefully the next one's actually fun. My only concern is any power gem could make the game really unbalanced for 11 weeks. Or for 10 weeks, I should say. Because it doesn't actually apply to 11th week. We would just have Uber Doom Skulls again for that time. But, I'm not sure what the balance will be like when they start bringing some of them back. Or even just the fact that, like, a year from now, when we have, like, 6 different power gems that we can create on the board. Like, what kind of interactions that will create with the really overpowered ones. Because basically every single season now, we will be getting a new power gem. If not every season, at least a lot of seasons we will be. And that's going to lead to some rather weird interactions as time goes on. Like, it doesn't have much of an effect yet. But, as time goes on, that's going to have some really, really weird interactions. In the sense that we just keep getting more and more powerful gems to a point where eventually the board will almost be unrecognizable compared to how it is and how we know it these days. Because there might be like literally 20 different gems on the board. Or something similar. Maybe not that many, but you know. These 6 colors, the skull is already 7. And then like 5 power gems, we're talking a dozen different gems. And if there's a Doom Skull on the board, that's 13 different gems on the board. In just a year from now. Very unlikely that would happen all in the same match, but it could. Plus whatever the event gem is. So that's 14. There could be 14 different gems on the board. How do you feel about mana gems? As far as how they work in Puzzle Quest 3, I like them a lot. As far as how that same mechanic's going to work in Gems of War, I'm concerned with its balance, but we'll see what happens. This will be our final battle. Yeah, hopefully we don't jinx it. Hopefully the gem will be nice. I heard earlier that it basically just creates a bunch of color. Though I'm pretty sure the exact amount is being balanced, because someone said it's like 7 to 14 earlier. And that sounds very not balanced. Aw, nothing good from our final chest. Well, we got an Anu tonight at least. We got an Nisha earlier this week. We'll take it. But anyways, that's the end of the last arena event, kind of. It's still going to keep occurring, but it's not going to be viable to do anymore. Because, not confirmed yet, but next Tuesday is likely the patch. If not next Tuesday, definitely following Tuesday. So, this is the last Arena of Valor event that is ever worth doing. Every future Arena of Valor, all you would do is do Arena once for 3 gem keys, and that's it. The rest of the battles are basically pointless to do, because the return on value compared to just farming for the new Nomapalooza gnomes is just really absurdly bad. It's already pretty bad at value doing Arena, but it's even worse next patch. Same as Treasure Hunt. Treasure Hunt's basically dead forever until they buff Treasure Hunt. And Arena of Valor event is the same way, where until they buff the resource rate, it is just not going to be worth doing anymore, because they are indirectly nerfing it by buffing everywhere else. Because Explorer is going to be insane, like Quick Kill, Dust Devil next team, with Iron Hawk and everything. As well as just doing the Quick Kill Roll team is fine if you don't have the other options. Is the upcoming Tower of Doom blue? I honestly have no clue what color it is. However, there is a way to check, see what the next weapon is. The next Tower of Doom in a few weeks is the color of green. Next Tower of Doom is green. And then it's probably blue, because I believe that's the last one we're missing within this cycle. But green is the next Tower of Doom. In 3 weeks. Actually, that's the week I'm leaving. I believe I'm leaving on the 3rd. Though I will still be able to cover the Monday video, so if nothing else, at least that date's kind of perfect. Because I actually get to cover the Monday video. And I get to come back, I believe it was the 11th I'll be back? Wait. Hold up. Never mind. The date's on the 5th. No, never mind. That's the wrong month. Hold up. Does that actually work out perfectly? No. Oh, I could probably just cover the video on Wednesday or Thursday then. That would kind of work. I'm not sure what time I'm getting back on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's like nearly midnight. But on Wednesday into that Thursday. But yeah, on that Monday I'll easily be able to cover, so that's good. Oh no, I'll see if I can get it on the 9th. I'm not sure if I'll have enough capability to actually record it though. Or, you know, enough data or anything. Because I'm not going to have any Wi-Fi while I'm there. So I'm not sure what the situation will be to try to record that video. But worst comes to worst, we'll probably cover it that Thursday then. Or very late on that Wednesday to the point where it's pretty much already that Thursday. But that's a month from now. We don't have to worry about that till then. But anyways, guys. That will end it for the stream. We will be back tomorrow night. Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1 hour prior to now, whatever your time zone is. We will be covering all of the Chapter 8 tasks. We'll also be getting the new Moon Troop. I guess we'll mess with it a little bit, though it's not really that viable to use. Though maybe we'll set it on our defend team to troll people. Then Tuesday, we are almost guaranteed getting the patch. It is not confirmed, but the likelihood we get a patch this Tuesday is like 90%. And if we don't get it this Tuesday, it's like 100% to be the following Tuesday, next week's Tuesday. So very soon, it's either this week's Tuesday or next week's Tuesday, with this week's Tuesday probably being a bit more likely. And we'll go from there. Hopefully that happens, because that will be perfect timing to be fixed before the Mythic comes out. The Mythic that has a Lycanthropy effect, which will be fun, because that means if it does get fixed by then, we'll be able to initially test it with a properly working Lycanthropy. And that's actually one Lycanthropy troop that is likely not to be useless. The Mythic that's coming out in a week or two. A week if you bought the bigger pass, 2 weeks for the normal pass. It's probably one of the few Lycanthropy troops that's not useless, due to it being a double converter. It'll also be, as the current time of it being added, the highest mana cost double converter in the game. That will change next season, though. I believe next season's Mythic is a even higher mana cost double converter. But in the current state of the game, the Mythic for this season is the highest until next season. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you all have a wonderful week as we go into the new week with the new events, and we'll go from there. But anyways, guys, catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Always greatly appreciate it as always, and I'll catch you guys soon.